swearing in. Okay. Okay, now we make that motion.
Okay, so moved.
Okay, so we're making a motion to go off the agenda, out of order on the agenda, and take item number 12. All in favor? Aye. He moved it, so he's in favor. Okay, so why don't we swear in Father Couture first? So stand and raise your vote.
I don't know what's good standing.
Stand and raise your right hand. I'll say aye. You say your name, and then I'll read this, and then you just say I do it again. I. Do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America and the state of Connecticut, and will protect and defend the Constitution and laws thereof. So help me God. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent on me as a fire chaplain of the city of Norwalk. I hereby accept the office of fire chaplain in the fire department of the city of Norwalk and agree to obey and be bound by such rules and regulations as are or may be from time to time laid down for the government of the fire department of said city. Thank you. Congratulations. Welcome aboard. And if you'll sign that, and then are you making another copy or are you?
I'll make a copy of that for you guys.
So in order to do this right,
The assistant chief first.
I have to do the assistant chief and the captain and then the lieutenant, because if I don't do the assistant chief, there's no other captain. So you can sit and stay if you like.
Well, you just tell them. Yeah, they'll do what you gotta
You raise your right hand. I, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America and the state of Connecticut, and will protect and defend the Constitution and the laws thereof, so help me God. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as an assistant chief of the city of Norwalk. Fire department, I hereby accept the office of assistant chief in the fire department of the city of Norwalk and agree to obey and be bound by such rules and regulations as are or may be from time to time laid down for the government of said city. Congratulations. See us, Commissioner? No, you're not able to see us, are you? On this side, so he can see us. Okay, now I need future Captain Roy Gagny. Now can you see us? Yeah, you can. All right, raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America and the state of Connecticut, and protect and defend the Constitution and the laws thereof, so help me God. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as a captain of the city of Norwalk. I hereby accept the office of captain in the fire department of the city of Norwalk and agree to obey and be bound by such rules and regulations as are or may be from time to time laid down for the government of the fire department of said city. Congratulations. For future Lieutenant Marr. Raise your hand. I, Mark III. Right. Do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America, the state of Connecticut, and will protect and defend the Constitution and the laws thereof, so help me God. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as a lieutenant of the city of Norwalk. I hereby accept the office of lieutenant in the fire department of the city of Norwalk and agree to obey and be bound by such rules and regulations as are or may be from time to time laid down for the government of the fire department of said city. I do. Congratulations. Thanks. With all the times I've read it.
Sign this when I give it back to you, or is that only the?
What would probably happen if we could make, because we like to give a copy out. Yeah.
The signed copy.
Yeah, and if you can maybe at some point make another copy, send it over to me and I'll sign them.
Back to you.
Okay, so the,
By the way,
by the way, we call the meeting order 303.
So I don't know how it's appropriate, but I requested to get a picture with you if that's okay.
Sure.
Is
You
that
want-
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's fine. Anytime you want.
should we do it now?
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
How's that?
Okay, sure. So someone's gonna take the picture and then get it to me at some point.
I have your number, so.
Okay, good, yeah.
You go over here. Yeah, you want to raise your right hand because when I got sworn in as deputy chief, I raised my right hand and the camera was over here. You couldn't even see my.
So, see, he does this all the time. He does exactly what it is.
He's taking mask off if you want. Okay, raise your right hand. We'll pretend that we're doing it.
Great.
Just grab a for his ID, I'll make an ID tag. If you want, just grab a
Yes.
photo.
And then can I get a picture in front of the flag? For us? Or we'll make you a fire department ID.
Okay, that's.
Great, thank you.
Multitasking.
Okay.
Okay, now, the first item on the agenda, acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting of October 9th, 2021. Commissioner, you want to move that item?
So moved.
Okay, are there any corrections, deletions, omissions, or additions?
None that I see.
I have a couple.
Okay.
On page 4, under new business, discussion of new fire department chaplain. The second line where it says you're replacing Father Paul, just add his last name, Sankar. Then page 5, the last paragraph, cross out Edwin Moore. It's Edward. Maher.
There's another one on page 3, under Assistant Chief of Operations. The last paragraph, or actually the second to last paragraph, lists the towns that came to cover during firefighter Jeter's funeral. Replaced Darien with Rowayne.
Anything else, gentlemen? Okay, so all in favor of the minutes as corrected?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item is item 4, Fire Chief's report. Chief?
Okay, so we're 4 months into the new year, and as we predicted, the the overtime account and firefighting account is 39%. And the salary is 27.5%. But if you look at the column under overtime expenses, you see that for the month of October, we're over $100,000 less. So as we already said, and we all know, as we go through the year, the overtime will go down, salary should go up based on the number of hires. One account, the administration salary account, is 40% because that's the severance pay that we had to pay out.
Right.
Okay. And it looks like projecting into January of next year, we'll be paying out another $99,721 in severance that was not budgeted. Moving forward in this year's budget, we are making accommodations for retirements and severance.
Commissioner, any questions?
No questions. Thank you.
Anything else, Chief? Or-
Just that we're working on obviously the new budget, which is due on Thursday. Operating capital, we're looking to purchase. In our replacement schedule for apparatus, we're looking to replace two engine two engines, two pumpers. Because the one that we put in for last year, we did not get approval for. In order to stay on the schedule, we put it for two of them. See what happens. Some other vehicles as well, but that's another discussion.
Okay, Assistant Fire Chief of Administration. Okay, Assistant Chief Copy.
Currently working on our records management software upgrade. Our firehouse software is being discontinued this year, but we've already, we're in contract with the new company, the upgrade, just continuing to work on migrating this data. I have two UNH fire admin interns that are currently working on organizing all our property records. They're doing a great job. They're here a few days a week, back and forth. And I'm working with them, and we're trying to migrate all that software. We have with the citywide upgrade, we have the station alerting system that we're going to be upgrading basically all of our speaker systems in here. And they're more firefighter friendly. They're automated. The way the lights come on, they come on softly. So it's all better for our heart and health for firefighters, and it's a more reliable system. Our new system will be is outdated and will not be compatible once we upgrade the citywide communication system. So we didn't have a choice there. As far as the citywide communications upgrade, we're reprogramming all of our radios. Westport and Stanford switched to the state system already. So we've obtained permission from the state to reprogram our radios with all the state system radios for Westport and Stanford, since they're our main mutual aid partners, so we can work with them. And we're installing all of our new mobile radios. We're in the planning phase for that, and all of our apparatus that are all going to be compatible once we upgrade with the city. And I'm continuing to work with PD, DPW, we're waiting, and EMS, and we're working on that upgrade to figure out how we're going to organize all the new groups and all the new frequencies we're going to have. For dispatch, I've been working with Lieutenant Terry Blake. I'm drafting some new dispatch procedures and response procedures for us. Chief McCabe and I have been working on it, and we're Lieutenant Blake, and we're organizing a meeting next couple of weeks, probably get those done. For the fitness grant, this was something that Chief Gotta was briefing me on. We received the grant, correct, Chief?
The grant went to Health and Safety Committee, they moved it to the Common Council, Council approved it. I believe now just purchasing us digital purchase order.
So for Station 1, we're the contractor spoken. He's sort of waiting on the contract, but it looks like we're still on schedule to start sometime mid-December to start that project. I believe it was all done at this point, right?
Yeah, the
contract
was written, approved, I think we were.
I must have signed it.
Signed it on, it went.
Like I said, I signed it.
Yeah.
The contract is now in the surety's hands. So I sent Matt an email asking him about
Yes.
where we are. He said it's in their hands, and the contractor has any questions, got to go to them.
Yes. But according to him, he said that we still should be on target for just starting mid-December. Our security cameras, they're installed at in every station now, except for now they're going to be starting in Station 2.
Any questions, Commissioner?
No, great work. Thank you.
Not happening, right? Be nice to get all those communication systems compatible and upgraded. Yes. Assistant Fire Chief of Operations, Assistant Chief. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. This past month, I met with King Industries staff to finalize updated response and communications procedures with the fire department down in King. Initialized the purchase of 60 firefighter personal escape systems. They actually just came in yesterday to outfit the second half of the department with upgraded life-saving devices.
Everybody has them now.
Everyone, yeah, once we get these last 60 trained and issued, then the whole department will have an upgrade. They already have them, but this will be an upgraded model. It's that's lighter and easier to use. We continued the review and updating of our SOPs with focus on RIT response. And the The Fire Commission has completed their interviews of 6 firefighter candidates who will begin the onboarding process for the February Connecticut Fire Academy class. As far as calls for the month of October, we had 717 calls, averaging 23.1 per day. We had 21 fires, 3 of those being building fires and 6 of them being vehicle fires. Rescues, we had 51, 28 of those were motor vehicle accidents with injuries. 4 of them were pedestrian versus motor vehicle, and 2 were elevator rescues. Emergency medical responses, we had 405. 6 of those firefighters drove the ambulance. Hazardous conditions, we had 16. Public assist service calls, we had 28. Smoke scare, good intent, 45, and we had 149 fire alarms. Cumulative statistics, January to the end of October, we had 6,000, we're up to 6,280 incidents. That's up 752 from last year. And we're at 9,910 total runs, which is up 1,347 runs from 2020.
On the 149 false alarms, are they're still working with billing people when they get over a certain point?
Yeah, that would be Gene.
Yeah.
As far as I know, but there's been an issue. If the device is actually working, you know, there's not much you can do, but I believe she's still carrying on what you can do with the billing.
I'm wondering if, even if the alarm commission meets at all, I don't even know if they meet anymore.
No.
I don't know about that.
I have to take a look. Yeah. It is a deterrent to some degree.
Sure. And I think that it's separating out whether it's an unintentional or actual malfunction. Needs to be addressed. Moving on to the notable incidents for October. We had 6 vehicle fires, which is high for the month. 4 of those are listed here, 1 on West Cedar, 1 on Route 7, 1 on North Taylor, and then 1 on October 27th, which was actually at the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts on Connecticut Avenue. So fire crews arrived, the car was on fire at the drive-through window. Station 2 companies found the vehicle was evacuated. The building had also been evacuated by the Dunkin' Donuts staff, and they were able to control the fire before it spread to the building.
I can say, thank goodness it didn't.
Yeah. We also had 2 mutual aid responses, 1 to Westport for a commercial building fire and 1 to Rowayton for a house fire. And our crews assisted those fire departments at their fires. We also had a chimney fire on Visconti Street, and the fire was extinguished with a dry chemical extinguisher, and crews found no extension to the structure or to the walls of the house. I can take any questions.
Commissioner?
No questions. Great work. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's interesting to see, because for a while during the pandemic, I think calls from police and fire were kind of down. But now for some reason, they seem to be picking up. Do you attribute any of that to perhaps new residents coming in, or does there seem to be some sort of a pattern at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably just more activity. People are out and about again. People are back at work. They're out of the house. So I think probably all that adds up to a little bit of an increase in calls in our volume.
How would some of these metrics compare with 2019 before the pandemic?
That's a good question. We definitely were down in 2020. So maybe next month what I can do is when I put the statistics together, I'll compare it to also to 2019, which was more of an average year for us. And we
I
can
think
see
that would
where
help
we're at.
commission.
Sure. I'll make a note of that.
Thank you.
Commissioner DeShrews?
Yeah, thank you. I agree.
Very good.
Thank you. Fire Marshal.
Thank you.
That's
Good afternoon, everyone. For the month of October, we had 168 inspections. 8 of those were multifamily inspections for 73 individual unit inspections. We had 30 notifications, 6 pub-ed events, 23 plan reviews, 6 liquor licenses, and the total was $615. We had an investigation total of 7. 5 of those were fires and 2 were code issues. That's it. Any questions?
Commissioner,
No questions.
remind me again, what you do for a liquor inspection?
Legal license is annual by per state. We would go in, we'd ask for a sprinkler report, fire alarm report, make sure they're code compliant in everything they do, egress. Then we fill out the paperwork and then they send that paperwork to the state if everything's okay.
And you had 168 inspections. We're still using the part-time.
No, we don't have any part
Oh, I
time.
thought we were gonna go back to that.
We will, we're
Oh.
going to. I want to get the budget finished and then we're gonna talk to project about purchasing to send out the notice. We're open probably by January maybe to have somebody in the seats.
Now, fire marshal, they have to get recertified every periodically.
90 credits in 3 years. 90 fire marshal credits, 3 years you have to have them.
It must be difficult if somebody's retired, they're probably not keeping their certification.
Exactly. And there's also,
They can take online classes.
yeah, to keep up, but once you lose them, you have to solicit the state Odom to get it back. So it's a little difficult. But from what I'm seeing, part-time guys are looking for permanency. So they come here, they're gonna learn their trade, they're gonna go someplace else permanent. I'm not sure how you deal with that. Unless you made it permanent.
We just want to make sure that you don't fall too far behind or fall far behind. And this is an obligation. You have to do so many each year. And I know it's tough because your staffing levels are.
Especially residential. It's gonna be tight in the next few years.
Commissioner, any questions or
No questions.
emergency management update? Mr. Luca.
So again, the governor was able to get a presidential declaration for Ida.
Yeah, very good job, by the way.
So we have the public side, that was actually still went back to FEMA, so they could add a few more counties, but the individual disaster assessment or recovery is actually moving ahead. So far, 115 North residents have received payouts already from FEMA, which is actually kind of amazing for them
Great.
with the speed, and that totals 476,000. I think we're probably close to about 1,000 applicants for Fairfield County. And again, still trying to get the exact breakdown by municipality. I do have the FEMA disaster recovery agreement. So right now, Sanford and Bridgeport will have permanent sites probably through early to mid-December. And then Greenwich, Darien, and us will each have a site for probably about 7 to 10 weeks.
I have the thing signed. I didn't. Oh, you got it?
Yep, I've got it going.
Oh, okay, good. You probably figured out as we forget it at City Hall.
So we will actually be able to have them. A lot of folks are getting denial letters, and I think that's part of how they applied. So if they had homeowners insurance, but not flood insurance, I think there's some confusion. So we really are encouraging everybody to go through the appeal process as much as possible and see what assistance they can get. Sent some information to the library. So for the next or coming week, they actually have our fire safety pot holders and Thanksgiving safety tips. So they'll be handing those out to patrons. And again, that partnership has been working well. They do want to know what I'm doing for the December holidays, not figure that out. But again, we worked with them on preparedness month, Halloween safety tips, again, Thanksgiving, and then hopefully something for the December holidays. So it's a great opportunity for them to provide safety messaging, get our information out. And again, they have that, really the clientele and the families that really will benefit. The holiday safety spotlights are up on the website, and the snow center spotlight will be up soon. And then again, working with Public Works on probably a short tabletop or walkthrough just to get everybody refreshed with our snow policies. And again, that will come out probably early to mid-December, hopefully before the first snowfall. And then also trying to convince DPW to do a name that snowplow contest. So people can name their snowplows. And again, that's kind of more of the education about don't crack a plow, and a lot of the messages we always focus on during the snowstorms.
Like should light your fire hydrant.
Yeah, shovel fire hydrant. Again, don't cut the snowplows off. And just a lot of the issues that the drivers run into in the big snowstorms.
Commissioner? Any questions?
No questions. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Father Couture, in case you don't know it, he's in Greece.
I heard, but I thought I was just misheard that.
Thank you.
Chief Markowitz, the training report.
Good afternoon. We conducted our hose testing, our mandatory hose testing on our 3/4, 2.5-inch hose, which is carried on all the apparatus to some degree. That totaled over 5,000 feet in total of hose that was tested by the firefighters. We conducted vertical ventilation training with our new roof prop. We have pictures attached that were part of the handout. We conducted confined space training with the entire department. For that, we actually we did that across the street in one of the storm drains to give it more of a realistic feel. The entire department completed that last week. We're in the process of continuing the department physicals, which as of right now, they should be done by our next meeting. So when we meet again next month, the department should be done with physicals.
You get physical every year?
Once a year. Yeah.
Is that the hose testing as well?
Hose testings every year. We split up into 2 sessions, one in the spring, one in the fall. Chief Conti played an important role in this, scheduling it and helping to run it. In the fall, we do our 1 3/4, 2.5-inch attack lines, and then in the spring we do our supply line, the yellow hose that hooks up to the hydrant. So we break it up into 2, spring and the fall, kind of break it up. Did the roof prop, which you when you leave here, you can see it out the window there on the trailer across the street on the container. We did that several weeks ago, and then we did confined space training as well. Any questions?
Thank you for the report and for the pictures. Very impressive.
There's nothing from local 830. Nothing for business, new business we've taken care of. And now the correspondence, Chief.
Well, the only thing that I have is a letter, a card which came from the director of the library, Harris.
Yep, Terrell.
Yes, okay. One of the inspectors went there for a routine inspection, and she was very impressed with his knowledge and his professionalism, and he taught her a few things, and she was very happy with that, so she sent a card saying how grateful and appreciate everything that we did, so.
Commissioner?
Gratitude for the great work. Our staff is always impressing the city of Norwalk, and we're so proud to have you represent us. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. The guys, they're good.
Firefighters are always doing above and beyond.
Amen.
No personnel items, which leads us to the last item on the agenda, Commissioner, item number 15.
Adjournment. Before I adjourn for a move, I just want to congratulate and thank everyone for their work, the ongoing work, but today especially for those that have been promoted into their new positions, Assistant Chief Mark Conti, Captain Roy Gagny, and Lieutenant Ed Mayer, and also welcome to Chaplain Father Jeff Couture. It's a pleasure to have you on board with us, and congratulations to those that have been promoted, and also our thanks and gratitude. With that, I move to adjourn.
Okay, well said, by the way, and congratulations all. And all in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye, it is now 3:36. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
I like your meetings. Okay.
Yeah.
Chiefs, I just want to make sure, because I know there's you're gonna give me some stuff to communicate and, calls and everything, but I want to give you my cell phones. My cell phone, just so you all have this. I answer the phone 24/7. That's the only way to get a hold of me.
Sure you want to do
24/7.
that?
Listen, I get well, I just went to a hospital call at 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, we're used to it. Just don't worry about it. I mean, 203-826-6330. Now, if I don't answer, the best way is text, because I always looking at the text. And I know how you merge, who's gonna give me, when there's a call, when you need to get a hold of me, is it gonna be the chief on duty? Is it gonna be, how we're gonna do it?
Most likely fire dispatch, so we'll give your communication to him.
I know my senior Shide was concerned, he said, about sometimes we don't always get the message. So that's why, and it wasn't a criticism, it was just, an observation. So if you guys all have that cell phone and you're not sure of dispatch, just text me and, we'll be there.
Very good.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll make a copy of that and you can take that one.
Okay. So, their orientation or whatever, we're gonna set the meeting, I guess.
Take care all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Let's see your side, set up probably giving an orientation or something. So whenever you guys, just tell me when.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure out a day that's good for both of us.